Before you watch this video, I just want to make it clear that everything I've discussed in this video I have also discussed with Hillary, and Hillary is fully aware of everything that I feel about this, everything that I've talked about in the video. So don't worry, I'm not going behind anyone's back, I'm not talking behind anyone's back. This is something that we have discussed, it's something that the family is aware of, and I am just wanting to share my side, my experiences with the world. So anyone who wants to get offended by me sharing my experience, not talking about general public or the population at large, just my experience. Anyone who feels they might be offended by this, just please close the video now. Alright, enjoy today's video. Hello everyone, today is Thursday. I am officially at home all day today and tomorrow because I have a bit of a cold, and yeah. Today I want to talk to you about my first 3 months as a dad. Everything about it, everything. I'm gonna change out this t-shirt. Look at that, that's Oscar right there. That's one thing I'm gonna talk about as well. Anyway, I'm gonna talk about everything about being a dad. So let me just get changed first.
It's not bedtime, dude. Cook, yeah, just a cook. I'm gonna turn your rain noise off. I don't like the rain noise.
Hey, and Hillary's back. She's so lucky. She can come home at lunchtime. Why are you holding up that? You should put that down. It's a box. Anyway, she's just come back from lunch and she's here. She can play with Oscar for a little bit, breastfeed him, and have some lunch, and then go back. We are very, very lucky that she lives near work now.
Yeah.
It does not look good. Hey, Steven. Right everyone, video time. I am so sorry about the background, and that I will come to in a little bit, but I'm going to try and cover as much as possible about the last 3 months and what it's been like having little baby Oscar around. He is cute, don't get me wrong, but there are times when, you know, you just feel like you could throw him out the window. I'm joking, but really. Anyway, let's go to the beginning, right? So for the first month we had Oscar, we were in England and life was good. We were getting used to it, so we were like really sort of on edge. We were nervous, we were worried, because at that time he was so precious, he was so soft and smushy, and like he couldn't support any part of his body. He was just like jelly, you know. Every time you pick him up, it's like trying to pick up like a water balloon, like a big water balloon. You just feel like it's gonna burst any second. Oscar, you feel like it's gonna burst any second, and like you don't want it to drop, and it's like slithering out. Oh, it was so weird holding a little baby so small. But we got used to it, and we started to slowly get to know our little baby, and we started to get to know like what happens when he pulls a certain face, and what certain kinds of cries mean, and like, you know, the sort of time that he will do something. We start to get a bit of an idea about how stuff works with him. So before I go any further, let me just recommend an app for everyone. Everyone that's having a baby or that has a very young baby. Let me just recommend an app right now. Let me just go to get my iPad. Wait, Oscar's like staring me out right now. He's just laying there looking at me. Let me get where's my other camera? Oh, I'll just make it, since I got the iPad in my hand, let me just make a quick video and I'll show you what he's doing right this second. Alright, Oscar, got you on camera now. Say hi to everybody. Yeah, sitting there staring at me while I make my video. At this point he's cute, but let me tell you, all day I've been having to entertain him, play with him. You know, you see all those little toys around him? I've been having to give him all those, because like every second he gets bored of one, he throws one, he loses one. It's now 5:35. I've been trying to make this video since about 10 AM, right? Oh yeah, I forgot why I got the iPad. So, the app that we've been using, me and Hillary, we've been using, it's called Baby Tracker. I'll put the logo on the screen now. And the reason I recommend it is just because when you have a little baby, time disappears. And especially if it's your first baby, you want to have an idea of when you've been feeding him or her, how much sleep they've been getting. Is there a pattern to when certain things happen? Like, is there a pattern to when certain things happen? Like, Anyway, so now we know that Oscar, he likes to go for a poo every day at about somewhere between sort of midday and 2 p.m. Although today is very strange, he hasn't actually had a poo yet. I want to show you the screen, but is there a better way to do it? Can I record? Is there a better way to do it? Can I record the iPhone screen? I don't even know. Anyway, this is an example of the screen. I'll try and I don't know if you can see what's going on with that, but it basically shows you, this is the main part. When they last had the formula or milk or whatever, like how long ago, how much, when you last changed the nappy, how long ago did they go to sleep, and put that down. And it gives you charts and like quite a lot of information that you probably will need, because sometimes we've been sitting there and we're thinking, why is he crying again? And then we look at the chart and it's like, oh damn, it's been 2.5 hours since he last had any milk. And babies at this age, sometimes they can go longer, but I think a good rule of thumb is 2 hours. Every 2 hours, they need to have something. It doesn't matter how much, they need to have something. And with Oscar, he's pretty much in the daytime, he's pretty much every 2 hours he'll need, every 2 hours he'll need something, whether it's like breastfeeding or the formula or whatever. And obviously he's grown now, so he's 3 months and what? 3.5 months old now. So his back is solid, so now you can hold him like you can sit on your arm and his back will be straight. It won't just be like crumpling up like jelly. So he can sit on your arm and he's quite sturdy now, so it's all good. The night time, the night shift, oh my god. That's something that I haven't been able to get used to, and I don't think anyone can really say that they've gotten used to, is the night shift. This baby, although like I say, he's gotten better now, but in the first month, oh my god, he would wake up every half an hour, every 2 hours, every 1 hour, and you wouldn't be able to get a good night's sleep. Like, a good night's sleep is just like a joke, because it just doesn't happen when you have a baby like a newborn. And you're just not going to be able to sleep. Except for when I was stuck in Hong Kong the other month. I haven't had a full night's sleep since July, you know, since he was born. You just can't do it. Me and Hillary take it in turns, so, and not take it in turns, but like as in the responsibilities, we share the responsibilities. So I'm not like saying, oh yeah, you wake up at night and I'll just sleep all night. No, we're just sort of taking it in turns, like every time. So when he wakes up, both of us wake up. She will breastfeed him first while I prepare the milk, and when she's breastfed him, I'll change his nappy, and maybe she'll feed him the milk, or maybe I'll feed him the milk, and once he's been fed, then one of us will burp him, so we take it in turns to burp him, because we don't know how long that'll take. Sometimes it's straight away, he'll do a quick bleh. Sometimes it takes ages for him to burp. If you don't burp the baby, he's probably going to bring up the milk with the burp if you lay him down straight away. It's probably all going to come up like a little fountain, like blah, which we've learned. So now we make sure we burp him. If he's been burped, you can put him down straight away. Once he's been burped, like a proper burp, he can go down straight away, no problem. Oscar, don't cry now. So that's that. The thing that I wanted to talk about, and this is the part where a lot of people, in my family at least, object to me talking about, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So anyone from my family who's watching now and doesn't want to hear me talk about my mother-in-law, please pause the video, close the video, stop watching the video, just leave now. Let's give those people a moment. Because this is the main part that's absolutely driving me crazy. Everything else about having the baby, you know, it's fine. Not getting a good night's sleep, yeah, what did I expect? Fine, I can deal with that. Always having to entertain the baby, like now, he's looking at me like he wants me to do something. Hang on. Here. Hey. Hey. He dropped his toy on his chest and he couldn't get it, he didn't know where it was. He was like, oh, what's going on? Anyway, so I give it to him, he's got it in his hand now, and now he's happy. Anyway, so, mother-in-law. In Beijing, childcare is ridiculous. One, if you want something good, it's very expensive, like very expensive. And two, if you want somewhere normal, it's almost guaranteed that it's going to be unsafe. And if you want somewhere cheap, just forget it. You might as well just leave your baby in the supermarket. Honestly, just forget it. So, because this is my child, me and Hillary, our child, we don't want to take any chances. It's our first child, and you know, I guess anyone that's had a first child is sort of like overprotective maybe, and doesn't want to take any chances, doesn't want to leave their baby to get, you know, abused or harmed in any way. So right now, the only options we have is either I stay at home all day or Hillary stays at home all day, every day with the baby, and we can't do that. Hillary's already gone back to work. She works full time because she took most of her maternity leave while we were in the UK, while she was pregnant. So she's already back to work. I've got other things to do, you know, in the early afternoons. So there's always a time of the day where both of us are out. Today I'm lucky. What day is today? Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, this week at least, I am 100% at home, so it's fine. I can be home. We don't need mother-in-law to come around, and we don't need to even think about any childminders, babysitters, whatever. Actually, in Beijing, we'll never ever get a babysitter. We won't do it. We won't do it. It's not an option. So, and anyway, Chinese tradition is that the mother-in-law, like one of the grandparents, is like full-time in the house, like looking after the mum and the baby, like full-time. That's the typical tradition. That's what most Chinese families will do. They'll have one of the grandparents, I don't know which side, but one of the grandparents will be full-time looking after the baby. And that is where my problem is, because me and Hillary's mum, I don't know, before I just hated Hillary's mum. I just hated her because I just didn't understand anything she was doing. I didn't understand why she's in such a rush to do everything all the time. You know, she couldn't relax. She'll come in the house, you know, with like so many bags of stuff. You know, one time she brought 400 eggs to the house. 400 eggs, you know, for us, because she's doing it for us. And it's like, I opened the door and I was like, this is ridiculous. And she complained about how tired she was, how her back was hurting and all this. And I was thinking, we would never ask her to do that. And I don't even want her to do that. It's not even, to me, it doesn't even seem like a nice gesture. It seems stupid. I can't even accept it as a nice gesture. You know, someone's done something for you, but it's like so stupidly over the top. Like if you heard someone sold their house and now they're homeless just so that they could buy something for you, and now they're home, like, would you just be like, oh, thank you, oh, so no. So the same for me. I hate when people do something for me and they injure themselves, or like they're really tired, and like I never asked them to do it, and I didn't really want it, you know. Of course I like people to do something nice for me, but don't go out of your way to the point where it's going to injure you and where it's excessive. Like 400 eggs? Like I don't even like eggs. And it's not just that. So every time she comes, she brings like a camping backpack, you know, those massive backpacks, along with like both sides balanced with like shopping bags, supermarket bags of vegetables / eggs / meat / live fish that she's gonna cook. And there's so much. You would think it's Christmas dinner every day. She brings so much every day. And just to give you a bit of context, she comes to the house 5 days a week. The original plan was that she would sleep here for those 5 days, but then I guess because she felt like it was awkward when it was just me and her, so now she's decided she will go home in the mornings and come back in the evenings when, like, if I've got something that I need to go out to do. So she's not here the whole time. She would usually come probably in the afternoon and then sleep and then leave in the morning. That's the sort of time that she's there. 5 days a week though. And every time she comes, loads of stuff in the house. Like the fridge, I don't even want to go in that fridge because I don't recognize anything. I don't recognize anything in my own fridge. Vegetables from top to bottom, eggs, just, and like leftover dinners. Just like, she cooks so much food and it doesn't taste good. I mean, it doesn't taste good though. Anyway, but she cooks so much food and it drives me crazy that there's so much food going to waste. What's the point? I don't like her cooking. We don't want her to cook. She just comes and, you know, she's trying to help which is nice. Oh, Oscar. Let me just show you what Oscar's doing right now. Oscar doesn't know where his toy is. Here you are. Here you are. Here you are. Yeah! Grab it. Okay, there you go. So this is another one of those times where I'm gonna have to cut the video here and I have to go pick up Oscar or do something. Otherwise, the screaming won't stop. Okay, I'll be right back. Anyway, I was talking before about Hillary's mum. So, she brings so much food to the house, she cooks so much vegetables and whatever, and it's for us, it's all for us, it's all healthy, it's all great, but I don't like it. I don't like her cooking, that's one, which is fine, that's a cultural difference, but she still keeps cooking so much food, even though it's clear that the food is not going to be eaten because Hillary can't eat that much. Hillary's mum barely even eats. Oscar, can I make a video, please? Hillary's mum barely even eats, so the food is going to get wasted, and we have got so much leftover food that is like on a conveyor belt of being thrown out in the fridge because it just sits there. Because every time she comes, she cooks something new and this stacks the leftover food. I'm not eating leftover food. Hillary's not eating leftover food. So, it's just a waste. Oh my god, Oscar, stop moving. It's just a waste. That's one. And her sort of anxiousness or excitedness, or I don't know what it is, but everything is like an emergency. She doesn't just do anything. It's all like, oh my god, I'm gonna cook the dinner. Ah, boom, bah, poof, bah. It's like all I can hear from the kitchen is like some kind of drum show. It's just banging and boshing and bah, boom, psh, and water is everywhere and oil is everywhere, and I don't know what the hell she does in there to cook. I don't know what it is. I don't know what she does. So, fine. That's her style of cooking. Does she wash up? No, she doesn't like to wash up. And fair enough, because when she does wash up, nothing's clean anyway, so I have to wash it again. It makes no sense her washing in the first place. Oh, it's such a nightmare. And this thing that I'm sat on now, it's a sofa, but it's her bed. So this is where she sleeps, which is in the living room. Now, every room in the apartment joins to the living room because this is just how this apartment is set up. The bathroom joins to the living room. The bedroom joins to the living room. The kitchen joins to the living room. But Hillary's mum likes to go to bed early. Like, she eats dinner at 8, 7, whatever time Hillary gets back from work. So maybe 8 sometimes, maybe 7 sometimes, maybe 9 sometimes, whatever it is. Eat dinner, go to bed. And I'm like, go to bed at 9? And she's like, yeah, gotta go to bed early. Go to bed early, it's good for your health. And I'm like, sure. So that means my living room is out of bounds. Can't go to my own living room because this is where she sleeps. So the light's off. I can't even step here without her tutting away in the sofa bed. So I'm like trapped in the bedroom. And I'm like, oh my god, trapped in the bedroom. Oscar's like potentially gonna go to sleep or whatever, we want him to go to sleep, so I can't make any noise. I can't talk, I can't do anything, can't watch any videos, can't do anything. Hillary might end up going to sleep out of boredom because like we're trapped in the bedroom, and oh, it's just so annoying, so annoying. And this is just a few things. There's too many little things that might sound so stupid to even complain about in a video, but there's too many things, too many little things. For example, our kitchen floor has turned into like a farm. Oh my god, Oscar, where are you going? Our kitchen floor has turned into a farm, so it's just full of like vegetables, soil, and like she buys the vegetables and just dumps them on the floor. She thinks the floor is the storage space for the vegetables. She thinks the kitchen counter is the permanent storage place for semi-cooked, half-prepared foods. The counter is always covered in random food that's like raw, half-cooked, semi-prepared, like open in the air, meat and whatever. And I'm like, I'm not gonna eat this. So you're preparing it over 3 days, wasting your time. I'm not gonna eat it. Oh, it's so annoying. And she's just generally such a mess. She just makes a mess everywhere. I hate to be complaining like this, honestly, but... And then, of course, when I talk to Hillary about it, this is a thing that we have to talk about, but when I talk to her about it, It's like, well, what choice do we have? She's helping us. Oh, she's helping us. She's helping us. She's helping us. And that's a general attitude of everyone that I tell. She's like, well, she's helping you, so. And I'm like, oh my God. So in future, when I'm helping someone, it's an excuse to just like make an absolute mess and like do anything I want. It's like a ticket to do whatever the hell I want. I just march into someone's house with my shoes on, like stamped on the bed. I helped you clean your dishes. Like, come on. I just put Oscar down and listen. I'll be back. Oh my God, okay, baby's gone to sleep now. I've got like some more dribble stains on my t-shirt. This is just gonna be a thing. That's another thing, like having dribble stains all over your t-shirts. If you have a baby, that's what's gonna happen. Dribble stains everywhere. Let me just quickly explain what happened just now before I jump back into Hillary's mum. Just now, he was screaming and crying. Like, I have a recording. I'll play it for you. I won't play it here because, like, I don't want to wake him up again, but you'll hear it now. He was screaming like this, and it was just, I was on rotation between, like, holding him for a while, holding him like this, holding him like this, holding him like this, holding him here, here, everywhere, 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 put him down for a little bit. He went crazy. And then I thought, I had a look at the tracker app just to see, like, when was the last time he went to sleep. And actually, since about 9 AM today, he's only slept for 50 minutes. So for a baby, that's like doing an all-nighter. He should have had at least a nap or two from 9 AM until now. Now is 6:45. So he should have had a nap or two before now, and he hadn't. So he was screaming like crazy, like someone was pulling out his fingernails, screaming like that. And then you found the one position, and you're like, oh, there it is. He just stopped, like someone knocked him out. Like, just like that. And you just have to stay in that one awkward position, and you're like, wow, this is not where I wanted to stop, but my arm's gonna ache in like a minute. But anyway, stop like that for a bit, rock him a little bit, just a little, not too much. And then his arms just like slide down. That's when you know that he's actually properly sleeping. And then I usually give him like 5 minutes of just not changing anything, just 5 minutes, just staying like that, and then I'll put him down. If you put him down before that, he's just gonna wake right back up. Not cool. Okay, so back to Hillary's mum. I don't even know what I talked about just now, but the point is, she brings so much stuff to the house, we don't want her to do it, and then she complains that she's tired, and this ache, that ache, everywhere aches, and she's always tired, and lights out so early. The kitchen's an absolute mess. The fridge is a joke. I won't eat anything from the fridge. I won't even use the fridge now. Nothing will go in the fridge that I'm gonna touch. Nothing, because it's disgusting. But it's normal to her. Oh yeah, another thing. My toothbrush. I don't even put my toothbrush in the bathroom. This is a habit that I've had for quite a while, and I only just broke that habit after like being in Beijing for a few years. I broke the habit of taking my toothbrush with me to my bedroom. Why did I have that habit? I don't even know where it came from, but I've just always had this paranoia about leaving my toothbrush in a bathroom. So then every morning, I keep on hearing, like, I'm not sure if I'm dreaming or not, and I keep on hearing like the toothbrushes, all of them are just like falling into the sink. Like I keep hearing that in my sleep, and then I'm just like, what a random thing to be dreaming about. So one morning, when I thought I was dreaming about that, I was just like, wait, I'm gonna pay attention. Is this real? And then after waiting a few minutes, I could hear the sound of the toothbrushes being picked up and put back into the little cup pot holder thing. And then I was like, I am not dreaming. So then I went into the bathroom like almost straight after, and I was like, wow, all the toothbrushes are wet. What? Is she like washing our toothbrushes for us or something? And then later I asked Hillary, like, what's going on with the toothbrushes? Why are all the toothbrushes being emptied out and put back? What is happening? And this must have been happening every morning because I've been dreaming about it for a little while. And then Hillary is like, yeah, my mum uses that cup to wash out her mouth and whatever. So and I'm just like, why don't she just get a cup for the bathroom? So we just ordered her one on the internet. We're just like, we'll get you a cup. Use this cup if you need a cup. I don't even use a cup. I just use my hand to get the water. I mean, I'm not. Anyway, And I was thinking to myself, wow, so she was emptying out our toothbrushes into the sink or something every day? So I can't even put my toothbrush in the bathroom now, so I keep my toothbrush in my bedroom because I'm just like, that is not, I don't like people touching my toothbrush. Never mind emptying my, like putting my toothbrush into the sink and then handling it every day. Ooh, so nasty. Right, anything more, anything good? No, the only good thing is that she can look after Oscar, and I appreciate that. And I wish she would just like relax and come here and only look after Oscar and stop being like such a tense, hyper tense, crazy And then, this is the point of the video. Then I started to think, what if she is mentally ill? And I started to really think about it, because some of the things that she does, some of the routines and the rituals and the habits, like always giving me egg when I told her that I don't want to eat boiled eggs. She always gives me boiled eggs for breakfast or whatever, and I'm like, I don't want to eat boiled eggs. And I've been telling her that for the last 4 years. That's the apartment next door. So I don't want to eat boiled eggs, and I've been telling her that for the past 4 years, since I first got introduced to her. Like the first time I went around for dinner there, I was like, oh, I don't eat the boiled eggs, I'm sorry. I just don't like the taste of boiled eggs. It's nothing, it shouldn't be a big deal, but she prepares boiled eggs every meal, and I'm talking breakfast, lunch and dinner. She will eat boiled eggs as well as whatever else. There's always boiled eggs. And every single day, every opportunity she gets, she offers me boiled eggs. And I keep on having to tell her, no thank you, I don't want to eat boiled eggs. And I'm there thinking, am I going crazy? Like, how can I have to tell someone the same thing every single day about the food that I don't want to eat? And why is she still preparing it in massive quantity? And why is she still asking me every day? And I'm talking, she would ask me the same day. Like the morning she asked me about breakfast. Like, oh, she's like, oh, I've boiled 2 eggs for everyone, so everyone can have 2 boiled eggs. And I'm just like, oh, none for me, thanks. I don't eat boiled eggs. And she's like, oh, but I did this for you. I did the eggs for you. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't eat boiled eggs. And I'm thinking to myself, this is not the first time I've told you this. You should be remembering now that I'm reminding you. And then at lunchtime, I'll hear the same thing. And then I just ignore it. And then I'm just like, I'm just gonna ignore it because I can't take it seriously. I'm like, it's impossible, no way. I'm just ignoring it. She's like, boiled eggs for everyone. It's like 2 each. And I'm just looking to the side like, and she's like, Locksley. And I'm like, don't answer. Locksley, hey, there's 2 boiled eggs. You need to take it before it gets cold. And I'm just like, looking at Hillary, thinking, Hillary, save me. No, I don't eat boiled eggs. I don't want to eat boiled eggs, thanks. And she's like, oh, but I've done so many. If I'd have known that you don't want to eat boiled eggs, I wouldn't have cooked so many. And I'm thinking to myself, this is impossible. So, I think that Hillary's mum has an undiagnosed mental condition. And if I think about it that way, if I think about all the things that she does with the idea that she could have a mental illness, then I'm just more accepting of it. I'm just like, it's not her fault. She can't do anything about it. She can't control it. So then I'm just like, chill. I'll just answer every time, you know? Like a child, you know? Like a child would ask you the same question over and over, some of them anyway, ask you the same question over and over, and you just answer every single time, don't you? Every single time. You don't get angry and say, I told you yesterday! You just tell them again. And then eventually, the difference is eventually a child will just get it. They're just like, oh, I know that now. Whereas she won't. But if I think about it that way, that maybe she's just got a mental condition, then I don't know why. I feel like the weight has been lifted off my shoulder, and I feel like this is okay now. Stop treating her like, you know, someone who really knows what they're talking about and knows what, you know. I'm just treating her like anyone else that I meet usually, You know, usually you tell someone something like, I don't like X, and they just won't give you X, you know. But if I treat it like a mental illness, then I'm just like, oh, I feel so much better in a way, if that makes any sense. I know mental illness is not something to be joked about, and I'm not trying to joke about it in any way. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that I feel much better if I think about it as that she's just got a mental illness that hasn't been diagnosed. Because in China, generally, mental illness doesn't exist. I mean, of course it exists, but no one dares to suggest, do you think we should get checked? Or, you know, do you think there could be something going on there? No one thinks that. They just say, oh, that's just how that person is. Oh. Like, it's just always just like, yeah, that's how it is, that's how it is, that's how it is. That person is just like that. So, and then I'm just like, right, well, for me, as I can't use the word normal, what I'm trying to say, like someone without a mental condition, I think, I can't accept that's how it is for something that I really can't stand. You know, I'm always about, if something I can't stand, then either that thing needs to change or I need to change. Like, we're not just gonna coexist like, oh, that's just how it is. No. But now, if it's something like this, a mental condition, then maybe I will just, every day, 3 times a day, say, oh, no thank you, not for me, this breakfast, I don't want to eat eggs. Lunchtime, no eggs for me, thanks, I don't want to eat boiled eggs, thanks. Dinner time, oh, no boiled eggs, oh yeah, and pig's feet, no thank you, thanks though, like I haven't told you before, no thank you. Tomorrow, the next day, pig's feet for breakfast, no thank you, none for me, oh, I'm full, yeah. Boiled eggs, oh, no thank you. I'll just keep doing that. I can do it, I can do that. As long as I know in my head that this person could have a condition, I'll just think, it's okay. I can handle it. So, I guess my point is, what do you do in this situation? Like, do you just do what I do and just ignore the condition but just assume like you know, oh yeah, it's a condition? Or do you think like, is there any point in suggesting that it gets checked? Or, because you know, she forgets a lot of stuff and one day this could be serious, but it's not really my place to say, hey, I think you should get checked. And she wouldn't accept it anyway. She'd be like, no, of course not. So anyway, that's all. So Hillary's mum saga has ended. I'm over it now and I'm just like, whatever. Do whatever you want, say whatever you want. I'm just gonna treat it all like some kind of condition and I'm like, it's fine. Thank you for preparing all these eggs for me today. You know what though, I'm just not hungry. Or thank you for giving me these pig's feet, chicken's feet and cow intestines for dinner. Like, but just for next time, like this is the first time I'm telling you, not. I don't like those kinds of foods. But thank you though, very much, for the 3rd time today. But it's okay, no problem. I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna end it. This video has been too long. But I just thought, you know, get it all off my chest and then I don't need to talk about it again, and then anything else about Hillary's mum, just reference back to this video and you'll know what is going on. But I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm fine now. I'm fine. Kinda. Right, and that's it for today, I think. I think that's enough, yeah. If you watched until now, make sure you like or dislike the video. I mean, if you dislike though, just leave a comment as well about why you dislike. Because I get it, if you click like, you just like appreciate it. You're just like, yeah, okay, click like. But if you dislike, I want to know, like, tell me. I'm not gonna argue, I just want to know, like, what's your opinion? Because obviously mental health is like a big topic and it's very sensitive. And there's a lot of people with real conditions out there that have actually been diagnosed and maybe they're living through something and maybe I just have, you know, I don't have the right to be talking about it in this way, but this is what I'm living through and this is what I'm seeing, and I am aware of patterns. I see patterns and I can see this has been going on and on and on, and it's something that, you know, I feel like I can talk about. I don't want to just ignore it. So let me know if you like or dislike the video and leave a comment. Let's talk about mental illness. Let's, you know, is something like this happening in your family where someone might have a condition but no one dares to talk about it? Come on, let's have a chat. Let's have a chat. Let's just chat about mental illness, all right? Okay, I'm going to end it here and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Anyway, Hillary's back now. There are some good things as well about being a dad, and of course there are all the happy moments, of which I'll include some of them here. But you know, the happy moments, it's too boring to talk about the happy moments because that's all everyone else talks about. No one really tells you about any of the bad things. So that's why I just wanted to make this video, just to tell you about some of the bad things. Of course, I'm loving it overall, but I just wanted to include some of the negative, unspoken parts about becoming a father.